Welcome to the Frog Brothers podcast.
Well, welcome to the Frog Brothers podcast's final episode. It's been nearly 3 years of nonstop content, photos, movie reviews, snuggling, cuddling, and loving and hating everything about
Under
life.
the table handies. See the carpet here, man. It looks like a glazed donut.
Well, not when Booger cleans it up.
Oh. Oh.
It's your house, buddy.
He's here.
Where
right
is
here.
Booger? He won't
your
sit in the
mate.
chair next to you. He should sit in the chair next to you.
I don't think he would. He'd be like awkwardly sitting there like, can I get down, please? This is not made for dog. He's down.
Yeah, so we decided that after almost 3 years...
We've been canceled. No, we were canceled. Don't sugarcoat it.
We weren't canceled by anybody.
James Gunn is rebooting us.
We're getting rebooted.
Yeah, they're recasting Nick. Chris Pratt.
The Chris Pratt?
Yeah.
The Chris Pratt.
We're recasting Nick with Chris Pratt.
Mamma mia.
Very sad
What do you
day.
think Garfield's voice is going to sound like? Yeah, it's a very sad day.
It's just going to be Chris Pratt. It's not going to be a Garfield voice. It's just Chris Pratt.
Hopefully he goes back to fat Chris Pratt from Parks and Rec. I can imagine that version of Chris Pratt doing a much better version of Garfield than Fit Pratt.
So anyway.
So I have lasagna in his mouth.
I have a couple episodes I haven't edited of the Haunted by Tapes, and I'll release those later this week and the next week throughout the rest of the year. And then that's all she wrote.
Then in 2023, the rebrand, the reboot. We're starting fresh, kinda. Not really. But we're doing something different.
Ooh, yeah? Tell me more.
Yeah. Well, you see, in 2023, we're bringing something new, something fresh for all of you. We're going to be going with the new name. Will be called Strange Glow Video. Coming at you on YouTube. That's a TV show. No, after about 3 years of doing this, we just decided that a lot of people didn't understand the Frog Brothers reference. And then the term bros is always kind of offensive anyway, and a broy type of brosif. And Nick's been basically an equal part of the show for so long, it felt wrong to not have him be included in that. So Strange Glow Video is going to be the new name for us.
Yeah. So
But we're also expanding from just your regular podcast format and bringing you a more variety of entertainment.
Exactly.
Yeah, slowly but surely it'll get more diverse. For now, we've come up with some new show format.
You mean that we will have an African American co-host as well?
If you plan to pull a Robert Downey Jr., I haven't been made aware of that yet.
I did play Kanye a couple weeks ago. So
Did you? I thought that was somebody else.
That was Ye, actually. He was here in studio. I booked that guest. I would know.
that was our whole year's budget.
I got a freak pair of Yeezys out of it.
No, so we started this show doing weekly audio episodes only, just on a podcast feed. Then eventually we branched into doing some live YouTube stuff. Then we started doing video podcasts. And then just with the way social media is and TikTok, there's just too many formats for us to just limit ourselves to staying with that podcast focused name. I think we're well beyond a podcast at this point. We're more of an entertainment brand. And I think Strange Glow Video more suits what we're going for as far as that kind of brand goes. So
Strange Glow Video Media Enterprises Incorporated.
January 1st, 2023. Frog Bros podcast goes easy listening.
Yes, yes,
Here,
we
here.
do.
Hey,
So I got some glow in the dark
cheese.
domino rally set dominoes. There's 39 of these in here supposedly. I haven't counted them. I'm gonna
yeah,
count them real quick.
yeah, go for it. Well, we should note that the Frog Bros podcast won't be going away entirely. When in times when we feel like talking about comics or maybe Lost Boys or Ghostbusters, probably we'll do an episode of that. It'll still kind of exist in a much smaller way as legacy content. Maybe we'll do a legacy sequel podcast.
What
And
about Twister 2?
you'll die, and
Since
we'll
we covered so
replace
much,
Bob Gunton after Chris Pratt dies.
since we covered so much Twister content, will we be covering Twister 2 as the Frog Bros podcast?
I don't know. Not really that looking that
haven't
far
really-
ahead or that worried about it. I'm trying to get good information out. Now I'm thinking about Twister 2 and how I kind of am upset about it.
So with this, one of the biggest changes we're going to be doing one live show every month now. It's going to be the last Monday of every month. We'll be doing our live show.
Yeah. We'll be posting about it ahead of time too and making you aware of it. Yeah, we're basically our main podcast is still going to be, we're just going to change our name on most of our formats. So when you see Strange Glow Video, you'll know that that's us.
I can't put that camera down too far because I'm not wearing pants.
Haunted by Tapes, Kaiju Vision, James Bondage will all continue in their regular formats, basically.
Mhm.
They'll just be branded under a new name as well, under our new YouTube. It's not our new YouTube. Don't resubscribe. You don't have to. We'll be changing the name and everything over at the end of the month here. And same with the rest of our social medias. We'll be making posts about it. You'll see it. And we'll probably be doing some sort of giveaway for our Patreon in January, I'd say. We'll have some new sticker designs out. Maybe if you subscribe, we might send you a sticker or two.
We're gonna
We'll see.
have some new Patreon content too.
Exactly. We'll each have our own every month, pretty much. We're going to try for every month.
Our own solo program.
Exactly. And it won't necessarily be super long. 15, 20, 30 minutes piece of content at most, probably. But each of us will do our own little bits. Should be fun.
You'll be hearing a lot about Star Trek.
They could be, like, mine might be a video. I don't know. I haven't decided.
Yeah.
Video versus what?
Audio.
Just audio content.
Or yeah.
I figured it would all be video.
I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, if you want it to be, go for it.
Sorry, I got the vid right now, so I am sick as a dog. So if I sound like shit in the mic, I apologize.
Oh, hold on. I'm getting a call. Hear that?
Who is it? Pick it up.
Does it rain?
Oh, hello. Oh, it's Ronald McDonald. What's up? Yeah, no. I'll be here for, another 2.5 hours. After that, you can come. Yeah, sure. No, I got lube here. Yeah, no, we're good.
For the listeners at home, Alec is on his French fry phone.
Yes. This is my McDonald's French fry phone. Yeah, I'm doing the podcast right now. All right. Yeah, bring the rubber fist. All right, cool. Sorry, business. It's ringing again. Oops. Thing just won't go off. I'm popular.
I got my glow-in-the-dark Ghostbusters Frisbee from Ralston Cereals. From Ghostbusters brand cereal. 1986.
I think they pronounce it Ralston.
Ralston?
I only know this because Dinosaur Dracula on Purple Stuff Podcast pronounced it Ralston for so long, and then they finally learned that it was pronounced Ralston. But he's like, Ralston.
The L is silent.
Apparently.
Then get rid of it. That's a waste of letters.
C is silent.
We're gonna get flagged because YouTube's gonna think you have a bag of drugs.
No, we're not. It's a bag of glow-in-the-dark.
And I keep thinking
Domino's.
you have a bag of snack-sized cheeses, and you're making me hungry.
I got 2 tapes this week. Actually, I don't
What'd
know
you
if I showed this off last week or not, but Spider-Man.
I don't think so.
Oh,
Return
I
of the
like
Green
that.
Goblin. $2. I was like, yeah. And this is pretty cool. Pam Grier in Scream, Blackula Scream.
Mm.
Hell yeah. Look at the fucking back of this thing. It looks amazing.
Is that Richard Pryor?
Oh, Nick. No, it is not. I mean, I could have
Look
told
like him.
looking at it that it wasn't him, but like,
Well, I'm watching on a small grainy video.
you are a small grainy video, motherfucker. And I got some glasses. They were $2 a piece. So I was like, I'm all about the restaurant glasses that they had, you know, in the 80s and 90s. And here's
What'd you get?
a Hardee's one with Hanna-Barbera Presents the Flintstones. I'm pretty sure it was a series. I haven't looked these up yet, but a series of Hanna-Barbera comics. I'm hoping there's a Scooby-Doo
Pretty
one.
pretty sure we had some of those.
That's a pretty sick one. I like that. For $2, I was like, oh, yeah. And I got another of the Great Muppet Caper.
Oh, nice.
That's the second one of that series that I have from McDonald's. Those are from 1981, so for $2, it's like, all right.
So another fun thing to announce is that live on YouTube on New Year's Eve, we'll be doing a commentary for Ghostbusters 2.
On
You can follow
New Year's Eve.
And that'll be pretty awesome. You'll be able to check out.
Psychic belief.
10:37 and 53 seconds.
Basically.
Exactly.
So
that'll be fun.
it'll be midnight for you at the same time it is for the Ghostbusters.
Mm-hmm. I got some ornaments
Very nice.
on clearance today.
What'd you get?
First, the Michael Keaton Batman.
Nice.
That was apparently coming out for the Flash. At least that's what the marketing packaging was. So that's pretty sick.
Wow.
That was $4, I think. And this one was $3. And normally I don't like these style of ones, but I just went ahead and got it. It's Christmas Story Ralphie and his bunny.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I just watched Christmas Story and Christmas Story Christmas yesterday.
Good. Did you ever seen Christmas Story 2 or My Summer Story?
Mm-mm.
Those are the other sequels that people don't even know about. They are like a sequel to Christmas Story. That's crazy. Say the people.
Well, there's a whole
already 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah, I was just reading about them.
I was gonna say it started off as a book series, and then there's a bunch of other stuff. So
yeah, the new one, the trailer made it seem like okay, they're doing the legacy sequel thing here. Now, like that's the vibe of it, so it could actually be decent. But I don't know. I didn't feel like I had the need to watch it right away either.
Does Ralphie die at the end?
Yes, he commits suicide.
Oh, good.
That'd be fucking amazing.
No.
Don't you eat those?
I'm gonna eat them. I waited.
Don't you eat those crunch taters?
Look at these babies.
Well, your fucking mailman was a day late last week, and we didn't get to eat them on Monday.
I'm eating junk food and watching rubbish. You better come out and stop me.
Mm-hmm.
These a shot. I want to make sure I open these and
Well, they were barbecuing the movie. Is that correct?
yes.
Mm-hmm.
There's also another bag of them in Buzz's trunk, but you can't quite tell what flavor they are because they're upside down. I think they might be regular, but I can't tell. Booger's like, hey, I don't know. Okay, they do look like regular chips.
Yeah, they just put Lay's barbecue chips in a fucking different bag.
No, they're much thicker.
Different recipe.
Much thicker cut too. Oh yeah.
So they're almost like a kettle style chip before they're using the term kettle cooked.
But they don't
Like
taste kettle cooked.
Oh, okay.
Dare you? What are you doing? Are you dipping?
No.
It looks like you're dipping.
Why would he dip, Nick?
It's not bad.
And cum.
You got a little bit more kick than the regular barbecue ones, like a little bit of a spice. I think it's just pepper, a little more pepper.
Mhm.
Not bad,
I like pepper.
but it does have all that extra, like, the seasoning is much more intense because it's like just knowing that there's like fucking milk and buttermilk and like weird shit in there. You're like, why do you need this? You don't. You're an asshole. But sure.
So Justin can't have any.
Nope.
Does not fit my dietary requirements.
Anyway, listen to those sweet crunch taters.
I'm not really hearing it.
I'm hearing it sound loud and clear.
All right, that's all I'm going to do on those. They're not even that great. They're all right.
We'll save them. I
tonight's-
want to try it.
Well, I'm going to save the fucking
Tonight's-
bag. It's the reason I even bought them. I don't really care about trying them.
We have some news to discuss here.
Like what? Oh, you're going to talk about the James Gunn shit?
Yeah,
guess
he
we
was
could,
active on.
but-
He was pretty active on Twitter today, just talking about how he knew it was going to be a bunch of backlash and people out to get him.
Go ahead and give us your opinion on that.
Me,
I said Nick. I mean, he's the expert on this shit.
Oh,
He has the more.
he's the
I'm out of
DC guy
opinion.
in the show.
I see his comments
Well-
arguing with people on Facebook with it all the time.
well, it seems like it's bad timing because they still have 4 movies to release, and I think that's only going to hurt it because people are like, well, what's the point of watching this? It doesn't matter anymore. And then they had Henry Cavill back as Superman, and a week later, it's no, I'm not going to be back as Superman. What are you doing? And
Yeah,
even the
I
people
can
that
see-
didn't really, even the people that didn't really like the movies, like the cast. So, and I think there's too much superhero movie fatigue to start over again. I just think it's a bad idea. And they're like, oh, we want to do a young Superman movie of him just starting out at the Daily Planet. I was like, well, that was Man of Steel. What are you talking? I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
I just
Well,
think it's
they-
a bad idea.
they blew that opportunity there pretty early on.
That's a very fascinating opinion, Nick.
Since people like the cast, why not just try to make better movies and not completely reboot it?
I think there's very strict budget stuff on there, and they're going to get some lower priced actors to fill in the roles. Honestly, that's what I think they're doing.
I have to try to be like
Maybe.
empathetic. That's what I'm trying to do because I don't give a shit. Because you know how I feel about those movies. Like a couple of them here and there are more interesting than others.
Even for me, man, I love the Marvel movies, but I'm at a point in time where I'm kind of burned out right now.
Do you still love the Marvel movies? Do you love the new Marvel movies? Do you think they're anywhere near the quality they used to be? Or
Well, we've been so much into TV series mode too. It's hard to say for sure, right? But
The TV series, I'm sorry, but She-Hulk, I fucking love. Like, that's probably my favorite out of everything they've had in the last phase.
She-Hulk and Hawkeye was awesome. I love those shows.
I also really
Um,
like Falcon and Winter Soldier.
yeah, I think they're doing better. They're doing a better job on their TV front, maybe. But
Well, the movies that I think the big thing is like after Endgame, it was such a big fucking ending that yeah, I know in the comic books like you carry on and just keep moving forward, but
well, they've lost so many characters and cast members that people really like too. You know, you lost Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans, and
yeah, and you're at a strange time there too. Like for me, like I love the first Black Panther movie, but I still haven't even seen Black Panther 2.
Yeah, me neither.
It's just like
I'm not hearing a lot of great stuff about it.
I heard a lot of people liked it. I know it's done well at the box office. A lot of people have been seeing it, but I just haven't heard anyone review it and say like, "Oh, you got to drop what you're doing and see this right now." It's like life changing, you know. So
Well,
I don't know,
people
I'm-
have to go see it. That way, people know that they're cool.
well, if you're invested in the series, you know you're going to go. But I was just at a point where just had too much other stuff going on, and now I'm like, well, just ride it out to Disney.
I just
Plus.
know that they put them on, yeah, on Disney Plus after like 60 days now or something. Not even that bad. So
I don't know. I think James
Yeah.
Gunn's in a tough spot on the DC stuff. I think he's going to have to deal with, you know, he already knows he's going to get the backlash from people hating on him. He's like, so whatever. He already expected that. So
did you start Hawkeye yet, Nick? You got to start it like tonight, if not because it's the time of the year. It's only relevant now.
mhm.
I can do that.
It's good.
Yeah, but no, the James Gunn stuff, man, it's going to be interesting because they're going to have to do something. And I think they're trying to save budget. Like Warner Brothers Discovery and all that crap, they're like such on crazy budget cuts and other shit that I think they're just going to try to cast a bunch of people that don't have to fucking pay anything to for these, right? And build them up as a movie star.
I mean, Marvel's done that plenty of times too.
Yeah, I agree, but I think DC
Holland
really
and
has
a lot of the
now.
new people are that way.
Mm-hmm.
Is that why Marvel's casting all women characters?
I mean, to be honest, Robert Downey Jr. was at a very low point when he got cast as Iron Man. So
Yeah, he was cheap at the time. Yeah,
Chris Evans wasn't
And I
even a huge
and that-
star. He was probably bigger than most people they cast. I'll give you that. But when
Yeah.
like Paul Rudd was at the top of his fucking game when they cast him, and Chris Pratt
Yeah.
too. So they aren't
But
against
the
it.
MCU wasn't just starting though either.
Exactly.
They had some money to throw around by that point.
Well, I think that's what they're really up against, right? Is if you look at DC, it's all about the financials going forward. Like I know all the DC movies have usually done pretty well at the box office for the most part.
I'm more interested
just
in
trying
the
to-
next Matt Reeves Batman than this stuff. We
Yeah.
have that going, and then Joker 2. I don't know. I have mixed feelings on it, but at the same time, I feel like it's gonna be a pretty gay movie. So I'm into that.
Yeah,
It's
as
like
far as
Joker, but gayer, basically, because Lady Gaga's in it. So I don't know. There's just
yeah,
I might have a good time with that. I might not. We'll see. I mean, the other
that was a movie as a one-off. You didn't really need a sequel to it, but
That's
We'll
what
see.
I think.
well, if the
I'm
sequel
interested to
has to
see.
change tones and do like the Gremlins 2 of Joker movies, like just do some weird shit.
yeah,
Because they say it's going to be musical. Like that is wildly changing tones, I think. So it could be weird enough to work. But also, I don't think we needed a sequel. I don't even think we needed that one, to be honest. It is just Taxi Driver. But I had a good time with it.
yeah.
The Batman I recently rewatched and I loved, but also I feel like there's a good 20 minutes that is just too much in there, maybe.
Well, I feel like
Yeah.
with superhero movies right now, like they got to the point where they're just dragging this shit out. Like we got trained to watch a 3-hour movie and just be like okay with that.
3-hour movie is okay if you're doing like, honestly, even
A big story arc,
like
yeah.
the Justice League movie could be 3 hours if you're doing DC,
Yeah,
but like not just a Batman movie. Unless you're doing like a final conclusion Batman movie and there's a bunch of extra fucking weird shit and people in it. I mean, that would, but even then, you don't want to do it just for doing it because then you'll end up with fucking that last Spider-Man movie, which I still like, but it definitely is weaker than the other two Spider-Man movies, even though it has all that old shit in it.
the rewatchability is just not quite there because it's just very long for what it is. Although I will say I'm stoked on Into the Spider-Verse, Across the Spider-Verse, or whatever they're calling that next sequel. That looks great.
That gives me the fact that the new Ghostbusters animated movie is being worked on by essentially Sony
Same
Animation
team.
or whatever.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like that gives me real hope for that movie. Like
Mm-hmm.
that might kick every other Ghostbusters movie besides the first one and maybe the second one in the ass.
It's going to be something special, I think. So,
So the trailer for 65.
Yeah.
I just watched that.
Talk about that.
Briefly, I suppose.
Justin just watched it.
I don't know.
What do you think about it,
If you
Justin?
guys out there haven't watched it, it's a trailer that sort of shows Adam Driver in a spaceship. And he's saying like, "Oh, we're going down, oh fucking A," And then you find out through this trailer that he's basically time traveled 65 million years in the past, lands on Earth with dinosaurs and a fucking. I keep calling it a laser gun. It's not even necessarily a laser. It's just a fancy gun, like a future gun. It looks cool.
Yeah.
And he's doing fucking dinosaur versus him. And there's a kid there, isn't there? I watched it a few days ago.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
Like
Sam Raimi
just on
produced.
Sam Raimi produced it. They give it away right away. It's kind of a time travel movie, which is fine because I don't think that's like a plot twist you need to hide for any reason. Kind of has Truck the Dinosaur Hunter vibes. I like that. I think that'd be pretty cool. Adam Driver, I definitely like. I think he's pretty talented. So we'll see what he does in this. This just looks like a fun popcorn flick. I don't
Really?
think it's going to change the game of I think it'll be fun to watch.
Well, it's not a fucking comic book movie, so it changes things a little bit.
Yeah, it's something fresh and new, which is hard to find. And I really liked how the dinosaurs didn't look like they're just directly ripped off from Jurassic Park digital assets, like a lot of third-party movies are. So they looked a little bit different, kind of their own thing, which should be fun.
Here's something I want to talk
I
about.
think it comes out. What?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to like completely derail it.
I was just gonna say I think it comes out March 13th.
You remember one of the first things we did was for that pitch a tent
Just summer tent pole.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Oh yeah.
we pitched a Twisted Metal movie at one point, or I did at least.
Yeah,
They're making a TV series on it now,
nice.
published by Sony Interactive Entertainment on Peacock.
Okay.
I'll tell you some about this. Starring Anthony Mackie,
Oh, interesting.
Stephanie Beatriz. I don't know who that is, but we'll look in a second. Thomas Hayden Church, Will Arnett, Richard Cabral. I don't know who that is, and Samoa Joe. Anthony Mackie is a character named John Doe. I don't know who that is. It's not a game character.
So he's probably going to be our audience perspective into the world of Twisted Metal, then I'd imagine, based on that.
Yeah.
Kind of the newcomer to the group, and then he'll interact with all the characters you already know.
Samoa Joe is Sweet Tooth. Will Arnett is the voice of Sweet Tooth.
Nice.
Let me see here. Stephanie Beatriz is in Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and she was in Encanto. Production. It's already filmed, so we'll see when that comes out. I'm kind of really excited to see that. I wish there'd be more. Or maybe there is, and they just haven't announced it. I don't know, but there needs to be more characters from the game. Like, that's the whole point. Especially the reoccurring characters like Spectre and Outlaw.
Yeah.
Fucking one that's either a grandma or a teen girl or some shit in a monster truck, like shit like that. You need all that. Needs to be
Yeah,
wild.
they might start season one like very basic to save money on it, and then expand as it does well.
Well, yeah,
you know.
that's what, honestly, if you want to do it, just do Twisted Metal 1, the game's plot for the first season.
Yeah.
You got 5 seasons.
Where'd you say it's streaming?
It's going to be on Peacock. It's not streaming yet.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Well, that sounds interesting.
It's like Amazon's doing a bunch of video game TV series too, like Fallout.
Fallout, and they just announced the Henry Cavill Warhammer 40,000 or whatever.
So a topic that's going to excite Alec, the Hasbro packs will start shipping January 9th, apparently.
Damn, you got me.
According to an email someone received while emailing Hasbro.
You don't say.
What do you got? Is that a Butterfinger?
No.
Hershey.
No, it looked
that a-
rounded.
Hershey's
it
with
looked rounded.
almonds.
That's why. I
Mhm.
thought that's why.
Yeah.
Gotta have the
So you
almond.
know,
Well, t-
so you know, I'm a fat kid because I could see the shape of the candy bar and tell you what kind it was.
Oh yeah.
well, it looked rounded to me. That's why I thought it was a Butterfinger.
Well, by
No,
this
it's got
you
that
might
some-
you might think, oh, it's a Hershey bar, but obviously, no. Hershey almond. What are you doing, Bug?
Very nice.
Want to review this movie?
Yeah, we're going to
So
talk about
tonight's
the
fe-
Grinch.
No,
No.
we're going to talk about two of them.
No, we're
Did
just
you
talking
watch
to
the
Grinch,
night-
aren't we?
What?
I was waiting for you guys to watch it over here, so I didn't even watch the cartoon.
Yeah, I didn't
What
watch
the
it
hell did I
either.
watch? What the hell did I watch it for?
Fun. It's
Comparison?
Christmas time.
I did extra credit.
You do get extra credit. You get
It's
an
the
extra
holiday
dollar.
season. I just needed you to watch that to brighten your spirits. It's my gift to you.
Well,
Speaking
You
of
failed.
gift to you, I am looking at a gift to you that I forgot to show off earlier.
oh,
From
Show it off.
1989, made by Nintendo of America. Incorporated in China.
Ooh.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
I had that one as a kid. I don't know whatever happened to everything.
Well, you said you had it as a kid, and I know I saw 2 of them at this thrift store. So I went back and I bought one for me and you. There are turtle doves.
Cool, thank you.
How about the real turtle doves? Just because, whatever.
Didn't have all of them either. I had Luigi and one of the other ones, I think.
Well, you can make that lifelong dream come true now.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about
But
what?
there's going to be new Mario movie Happy Meals at McDonald's later this month.
This month already?
For us. Yeah, because originally it was supposed to come out this month. So apparently
Oh.
McDonald's never changed the release schedule. So I think it's like December 27th, maybe.
Nice.
So
Yeah, because it was
we gotta
supposed to be out this.
Yeah, so we got to start going to McDonald's here pretty soon.
Well, I'll be taking the kids there then because they'll love that. So
Yep.
we're going to talk about how the Grinch stole Christmas from the year 2000. In the year 2000.
From the year 2000.
A Ron Howard film.
Of course, as you know,
And you
there's
know it is because
400 other
Clint Howard's
people.
in it.
Well, not only that, but there's like 3 other Howard relatives in it.
Well, yeah, Clint,
yeah.
who's in there. Clint was in actually the other movie we watched this week, too.
I know.
Yes.
Beautiful, Clark. So Jim Carrey as the Grinch. Anthony Hopkins is the narrator.
I hear sirens.
They're coming
Jigs
for
up,
you.
fellas. I got to get out of here.
There's this is definitely a movie, I'll tell you that.
It's a great fucking movie.
You think it's great?
It's hilarious.
I was in high school at the time. Now, there's some great Grinch lines in there, but there's also a lot of filler bullshit.
There's so much fun shit in here to me. There's a little bit of filler, but like, my God, it's a fun time for me. Even though, half of it is just made up for this movie. Over half.
Yeah, which is
75%.
hilarious. Like, you pay Anthony Hopkins to be the narrator who basically reads directly from the book. And he like randomly comes in here and there when they want to like set you back on the path of the book itself. Like when they stray from the book, there's no narration, which is hilarious.
He's perfect as the
I
narrator.
know, he's great.
Consider because Boris Karloff, famous for other horror roles.
Yeah.
The original narrator. So,
Mm-hmm.
and of course, we have Jim Carrey, Jeffrey Tambor, Molly Shannon, Taylor Momsen. She's from St. Louis.
St. Louis
And the lead
singer.
The lead singer, Pretty Reckless.
Yep.
Your favorite band? Inside a snowflake. I don't understand why it's inside a snowflake, but other than that, whatever. Is that
And they open and close with the same footage, the same snowflake.
Yeah.
You're like, what we can do to save some money on the credits? Here, we'll do it. Start this way and end this way.
We saw the
It's
set
the
for
Forrest
this.
Gump thing.
The little Whoville, the little main downtown set. We saw it when we were there in LA on the Universal Studios lot tour.
Yeah, I think I got some video and pictures of that I'll have to go back and check my archive for.
It was really degraded and just like sunburned and looked fucking just horrible, like awful.
Well, to get those crazy shapes, I think a lot of it was made out of styrofoam. They shaved and then like painted, so makes sense.
Here's what I'll say about this movie. The same way that Ghostbusters 2, later on I realized, some of the writing I respect a little more in this. Like when you're watching early on, you see all of the negative energy happening, like the first couple of shots with Dana and all that. I kind of realized that here because the first little bit with Cindy Lou and her dad, Lou, they're they're Christmas shopping, and he's like, she's holding a bunch of gifts and shit, and he says, well, this is what Christmas is all about. Capitalism, basically.
Yes.
Is he Don Knotts?
By Alex impersonation, yes.
That's
the Andy Griffith Show. That's way beyond Alex time. People out there who are like, who the fuck's Andy Griffith? That's a show that's black and white that people watched on tube TVs.
But you'd watch it on TV Land or something during the day.
Yeah, Matlock, Murder She Wrote,
He was
Gilligan's
the
Island,
second landlord on
Mr. Ed.
Three's Company.
I Dream of Jeannie,
Uh-huh.
tits, and ass,
Well,
and other things.
ooh, yeah.
Too bad she didn't have a cack. So anyway, they show the Grinch Mountain, and Max scares off
Drowning
the
who?
the fucking asshole teenagers, basically. The Who makeup is very interesting and weird. They look like fucking
It's unsettling. There's a lot of this movie that has like Tim Burton vibes, like Nightmare Before Christmas meets even just some of the weird like shapes and colors and stuff that
Wouldn't be surprising, I bet, if there's some of the same like designers that worked on it,
set designers, yeah.
or that they just took inspiration from it because it's pretty clear. I like Max barking into the megaphone. Max is my favorite character always in the original and this one.
Mm-hmm.
The onion that he eats is made of apples. Apple, I guess you'd say.
Yeah.
The first time I cringed watching it this time was when they finally reveal his face and he does the slow-mo smile.
Yeah.
It's just
Jim
like,
Carrey,
oh,
you know.
God. No, but it's also just a bunch of fucking makeup. Like the way the makeup reacts to how his face reacts. I for sure get that. But
Yeah.
like, also, it's just the slow-mo part is what bothers me. Let's be honest. And
Well,
then
this is very much aimed for kids, and like with the adult humor sprinkled in just to keep you invested in it.
we'll get to that. Adult humor's insane, but he's wearing a fucking
Yeah.
chipmunk mask.
Uh-huh.
Goes down into the fucking city. People are all morons. I love this scene in particular. It's one of my favorites. He hands the saw to the little girls and is like, "Run, go along, go, 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 go." And then the next it cuts to something else, and you see a car driving, and he's just sketching behind it. It's my fucking favorite shit. It's just so hilarious. He's an asshole. Marty McFly.
Yeah, he gives him that song, then he tells him to run with it, mentions something about an accident happening. You're like, what?
Yeah.
And then we get our first glimpse at Clint Howard as the mayor's assistant.
And the mayor, and classic
Yeah.
Jaws mayor behavior.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if they like kind of invented that archetype of evil fucking ignorant mayor who ignores the problem. Jaws, anyway. I mean,
Oh, yeah, probably at least in
Can't recall.
modern pop culture.
then-
I think real life invented that.
Oh, probably, yeah.
I'm sure.
I like when he's mixing mail, though. You know, the
Fucking everyone's mail up. Yeah,
hurry,
goes through and
doody, hurry,
resorts it.
doody, blackmail, pink slip, chain mail, eviction notice.
Yeah, I'm like, fuck. It's brutal, isn't it?
Oh, and then that's when he runs into Cindy Lou Who for the first time and has to save her out of the machine, and Max won't let her die, basically.
Yeah.
And then
I
the
like
coolest thing, one of the coolest devices that I want from this movie is the gun that Martha May has next door that shoots the lights under her house. Thing fucking rules.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Thing's awesome. And she's like getting her sexual thrills off of it.
Mm-hmm.
And Grinch goes back home, and I love his home routine there, you know. He gets his robe on, and he's screaming and making those horrible sounds behind the, whatever you call those things that you change behind.
Yeah.
Not my generation. And he emerges completely normal from the other side of it, though. I love that, too. Checks his heart.
Yeah, so I took a note here that his lair reminds me of the Batcave meets the Peter Pan Hook movie. Like the set design and like the weird, everything there inside that was like, oh, that's fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like the get the stick, throws it. There's no stick. And then he says that. He's like, there's no stick. I'm smarter.
Am I eating because I'm bored? He doesn't
Yeah.
say the rest. He doesn't say, am I bored because I'm eating? You're like, oh.
Answering machine check. And it's just him saying, if you so much as utter one syllable, I'll hunt you down and gut you like a fish. That's all.
Nice little Scream reference.
Fax me, press 4. Exactly. And then he eats glass, yeah. And that's where he has that whole exchange with himself and the Echo, which, again, fucking hilarious. Still holds up. How are you? How are you? I asked you first. I asked you first. Oh, that's really mature, saying exactly what I say. And then he's like, fine, I'm going to whisper. I'm going to speak very quietly so that my voice doesn't reverberate on the walls and come back to me. Or by the time it does, I won't be able to hear it, whatever he fucking says.
And it insults him after he says something. Yeah.
You're an idiot.
Classic.
It just says that again. Yeah, that's a really good part. And then he's just sad and offended and says the line about the am I just eating because I'm bored?
Then we get to the baby Grinch.
Cindy Lou, who asked his lesbian moms.
Mhm.
Woke.
What happened? What happened to the Grinch?
Woke Grinch.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so
They
this is
basically show you these storks and that the Grinch is like an asshole even as an infant.
yeah, but you're brushing over the adult jokes, right? The baby comes down and lands on the porch and he goes, "Our baby's here. He looks just like your boss."
Oh yeah, I wrote that down. I don't know why I skipped that. Yeah.
And then
Oh.
they're having a fucking key party next door.
Mm-hmm.
They're having a fucking key party. They're swingers.
Yeah.
This movie is amazing. There's lesbians having a swinger party while this other guy is getting cucked by his wife's boss.
Unknowingly, even.
Pretty good. But baby Grinch is adorable. He eats the fucking Santa plate. I love that. Santa. That's fun.
Baby Grinch is terrifying.
I love it.
And his jokes remind me of the Leprechaun, because even like baby Grinch is like little angry one-liners. You're like, Jesus, this guy's amazing.
Santa, bye-bye.
And then the classic, oh, we got to see how the Grinch gets bullied over Martha May.
Yeah, they're trying to like give him a reason to hate Christmas in here, which is whatever. You got to do something with the plot. Yeah. Some of it ends up being pretty funny, though. I do like this scene where he... Oh, first of all, Martha May is a furry. Let's point that out.
Oh, yes. Yes.
You're 8 years old and you have a beard. And then he goes home and makes an angel for the treetop for Martha May out of all their shit. He breaks their shit and jewels and like and wear and all this shit and welds it together and shit. And he shaves himself and cuts himself, presumably. We have that whole bit in class where he puts the book down, puts the foot down and shit, and they all laugh at him. Even the teacher's laughing.
Yeah.
And he's like, I hate Christmas! And he starts fucking the place up, and the other people describing it are like, the anger, the fury. And then Martha May, of course, the
Brady Bunch reunion.
The muscles.
Yeah, she's whopped for that, and I'll tell you what.
Yeah. I had to like debate. I'm like, wait, nope, the adult woman version of her says that. So yeah, you could say that.
Yes, the grown-up version, which we primarily see.
I liked how the mom steals a traffic light too. That's one of those things I didn't really understand as a kid, like those other sex jokes, that she stole that traffic light and you hear a fucking accident. She's like, I found the perfect light for our lighting display. And you hear fucking cars colliding in the background and screaming.
Yeah, good stuff.
And then he's trying to block out the sound because he's trying to sleep and he's using a bunch of blenders with screws and shit in it.
Yeah, because he hears everyone singing down in the town. He's all pissed off.
It's pretty fun. Eventually we get to the point where he's invited to the jubilation.
Yeah, as the cheermeister, Cindy Lou, who's like, well, isn't it all about redeeming him? And the mayor's always hated him, so the mayor's like, fucking asshole, no.
And then they do the family reunion with him when they get there, and that's just lame as hell. He had terrible parents who they knew where he was, and they just let his child ass go up there and live there after that small of an incident. Fucking terrible.
And they call him out on it, too.
You two are still alive? I like the eating
Yep.
contest though. By the time he's like trying to stay still in the fucking moving chair and he's all fat.
Has the pudding tasting, and then by the time he's the fudge judge, man, holy shit, he's so
Yeah.
bloated on that chair.
Fudge judge.
And they give him
There's
a
one.
was that?
There's one scene I think earlier on in the movie where like you do like an undershot, an under camera view, like up to him, and like you see how nasty his boobs look. You're like, holy fuck! Like this fucking costume's so grotesque.
It rules.
His boobs?
He looks pregnant.
His moobs, his man boobs. Yeah, yeah, and he's got his like boobs
Wow.
and they look all gross under there. I'm like, Jesus, that's what I look like when I get out of the shower.
Yeah, he gives him a razor as a gift, basically, and then he ends up ranting about Christmas because it's all about the gifts, and he's pissed about that too. He's like, "Fuck you! This is what I thought I was coming down here because it wasn't all about this, I guess." Except
channels
he also
his-
wanted to check.
He channels the Penguin from Batman Returns with those vibes there about consumerism. It's great.
I played this stinking city like a harp from hell.
Uh-huh.
I'm Max's paw.
I want a pony so I can sell it, ride it for 2 days and sell it. Get bored and sell it to make glue. I fucked that up, but you know, you get the point.
Burn, baby, burn.
Yeah, burning the Christmas tree down, the old 90s burn baby burn shit.
Uh-huh. I like his little go-kart. That's a little fun scene.
Stealing the car from the Mini Who's, which is, I don't understand why there's Mini Who. That's weird shit. It's like a weird race of people there.
Yeah, it sure is.
Mini car explosions pretty sweet. Like just
Yeah.
action movies. The thing about that is it's pretty cheesy to do that, but it's like putting it's like a kid hitting an adult in the nuts for a kid's movie in terms of cheesy.
Yeah.
But like it works for kids, but like once you're an adult, you're like, all right, cool, like fuck off.
Well, and for me, watching that gave me Gizmo in the like the Hot Wheels or the Barbie car. That kind of gave me those vibes, so I was down for it. I was like, oh, that's kind of a cool nod.
Yeah, I watched Gremlins last night on VHS in bed. Sick. And then
Yeah.
I like his schedule. He's like, before this, I forgot about to mention it, but I'll have to check my schedule, you know, and dinner with myself. I can't cancel that again.
Yeah,
Well,
he does this whole
pity.
speech when he's debating the attendance of the ceremony. Then they bring out the spare tree, and it's 4 hours to Christmas. So then we go back to the narrator because, you know, they got to put us back on track to the regular story now.
Now this is where the story begins, yeah. And Max is partying. I like that.
Max having his party up there is fucking awesome. Max doesn't get enough screen time in this movie.
Merry Christmas. Chucks his
Throws
head.
him out. Yeah.
I like the cartoon imprint of Max in there, though. Keeping it cartoony, I like that.
Yeah.
The song. How do you feel about the song? Could be worse. Did you hear the one in the 2019 one?
I hate
I
the
still haven't
original
seen
song
that.
in this. I just thought they could have reused the original. Like, I think that would have been the right thing to do, but oh well.
Reusing as the original would not have been the right thing to do, I don't think, at all. But this one isn't bad, I don't think.
It's very much like a
heard
show
that.
tunes.
It's like it's hardly a different version. It sounds pretty much the same. It's just spiced up. But like if you listen to the one in the 2019 one, it's not even recognizable. Like it's supposedly the same song, but it just sounds like shit. And Tyler the Creator did it, and I love Tyler the Creator.
Oh, the animated version they did.
The one Scott Mosier directed.
Yeah, I didn't ever see that.
Me neither. But I heard the song and was like,
He remembers the reindeer, and then he does a Spielberg impersonation with the fucking like military hat on
oh yeah.
to get Max's motivation, which I thought was pretty funny.
I did not
Slate
take notes
takes
from
off.
here on because I was like, all right, all the favorite things of mine in this movie have already happened because the rest of it is pretty straightforward.
Oh, it's pretty much just the book, right? Until you get to the very end.
And some of it's fun, but like, I like, you know, how he's sneaking in and doing all that, and they show like the little montage there, and then of course the little bit with Cindy Lou where he has to come into her and deal with her and
Tells her he's got to fix the light. Yeah, all that stuff. Gives her a
That
cup
scene-
of water. Yada yada yada.
They did that scene well, I think, but yeah, other than that,
My notes are funny. I was like, the montage of burglary after burglary.
And now you just sound like a 70-year-old man just there.
Yeah, well, my voice is getting real raspy, so
Yeah. Yeah, you're starting to lose it.
yeah, my voice
got
is
some
getting
wa-
shut.
You got some Wawa?
I've been drinking water all night.
Well, I mean, like right now, though. I mean, wet your whistle.
Not helping much.
Smoke weed
You
every
got a lozenge? You got a lozenge?
I'll have to look in between programming.
Oh, or some of that spray, maybe.
Some of that.
Need a hock a loogie?
I don't know. Maybe I might clear my throat.
Do it on camera. Let's see.
No, that's fucked up.
Anybody? You have anything
the
else
last
you want
epi-
to talk about with the last end of this movie? I think. I mean, it ends
I mean,
just
it
like
gets
you know it's going to end, and I do like.
they go.
He's.
I mean,
Jesus Christ!
God damn it!
Finish my thought. You keep trying to interrupt me, and of course I'm going to interrupt you back, motherfucker. They're singing the "Da Hu Fore" or whatever the fuck, and he's not getting the lyrics right, just like me just now, because I don't know what they actually are. Welcome Christmas. That part's, you got to have that in there. And then they go back to his cave for partying, I guess. Kind of like, whatever, I don't need this. Just cut to credits.
Well, his heart grows 3 sizes, and you forgot the whole most important part of the movie.
I didn't forget it. I just skipped over it.
Well, as his heart grows,
So does his dick.
no, his heart grows because
He's
the heart
gonna
disease, that's
grow
why
up
it grows
more,
3
bro.
times. So he's exactly, but
Like
as he
Joe
lays in
Rogan.
the snow, he tells Max. He says, "Oh, Max, I love you." That's
Yeah,
like the whole movie.
Okay, yeah, I will give you that. I did have that written down, actually. That was my last one. It says, Max, I love you. And if you don't believe me,
Yeah, there you go. Yep. And then they crash into town and party up, and then he hooks up with Martha May.
he does. He stuffs
So
her
does that
Thanksgiving
mean-
Who turkey.
Does that mean that Batman and Superman wouldn't defeat the Grinch because they all have a mom named Martha?
Probably.
Does that make the Grinch safe from being defeated as a villain?
Your name is Martha, too?
Our mom's name is Martha.
Martha! Martha! I haven't seen that one in a while. I honestly had an okay time watching that movie up until kind of like the ending. Not all of the ending was bad though. Like they were fighting, it was fine up until the whole Martha thing, which I get. I don't know why you have to do the Martha. I don't know. I'm not going to get into a whole Batman versus Superman thing right now.
I need to explain this to you again.
So, do you like this movie, Nick? Because you're pretty quiet.
Terrible either way. Can't explain.
Yeah,
you
that's
like
not a
the
lot
Grinch?
to say about it.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't like the flashback stuff in his background. I think I don't know.
I don't know. I know to like make a feature length, they had to add shit to it. To me, that's the least interesting stuff. So it's kind of boring because you're like, oh, there's the narrator. Again, trying to put us back to the right story. The rest of the time, it's just back and forth too much for me. So I was just like waiting for it to be
Well,
done.
they could have done something different. I don't know. The choice of what they did, I don't know. It's kind of weird. Sexualizing
Definitely.
the Grinch and
Yeah, it's very much a 90s movie, though. I can tell you that. You could tell it was written and shot in the 90s, and just based on how it all went. So,
is he the
It's not
same
one-
species and he's just green or what?
Not explained.
that's what they imply. They don't. I mean, they imply that, but
Well, that's the thing. They don't breed. They just fall out of the fucking sky, which is the sky of the world in the snowflake. So it's all trifling,
True.
at least in this regard. You'd have to go to the book to see the real source. See what
they
it's.
don't explain that.
Well, I didn't think so, obviously. It's pretty straightforward, the book.
Because I've got a copy of the book on the shelf over here.
I have a copy of the cartoon VHS behind me.
Oh, I see. Don't forget, this is the last regular episode of the Frog Bros podcast. We will see you back on the other side of the new year
Mr. Tylenol.
as Strange Glow video.
Video.
All right.